Some information before we start the hike, and the most important stuff: distance to our waterfalls. Like most trails in the Columbia River Gorge, pretty well maintained, pretty easy little trail to follow. The one thing that is not listed is how much elevation gain there is in this 1 mile hike, 2 miles round trip. Still close to the highway, but the rustling of the wind in the trees sounds cool. I think I can safely already rate this hike, and I'm not going to go with easy. I will say this is moderate difficulty. The path is pretty easy to follow, but it is all uphill and just enough to be a leg burner. Beautiful colors on this trail. Depending on what time of year you come to the Columbia River Gorge will determine what conditions you'll see and how different it can be from one season to the next. The Columbia River Gorge, beautiful as always. I'm on the Oregon side. Washington is right across the river. Somebody was nice enough to put a handrail here for safety. How nice. What a beautiful ledge to walk on with some kind of view. I can see now why they added this safety rail. It is massive. There's one of our waterfalls. Massive drop. This is Eagle Creek-esque. Beautiful little trail though under this overhanging rock. The sounds are so nice. The dripping of the water, the wind in the trees, that waterfall down there, and we're almost to the upper waterfall that we came to see. I'm really glad we got a break in the weather so we could see this. Spectacular looking waterfall. I believe it's Upper McCord Falls. I'll put the name in the video. I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say it's about 40 feet, 35, 40 feet. I will say, if you're going to come up to the top, The trail does narrow a little bit. Gorgeous. How about that for a view? Every time I stop like this to get footage, it's because I don't want to be looking at the wrong thing and go down that. I thought the vantage point for this waterfall was going to be about mid-level, but it looks like we're headed all the way down to the bottom, which means we're gonna have to come
almost there. What?
all the way back up on the return.
No!
Looks like there's a viewpoint over here that people come to. I think we can see why. Look at this rock. I said I wasn't going to get wet, but it looks like it's inevitable at this point. Now, while these rocks look quite slippery, they're actually really grippy. They're a little loose, but great grip, no slipping. The path does continue here and goes across that way in between these huge rocks. I will say that bridge looks a bit jinky. You're probably going to get wet trying to cross right now. Beautiful. The amount of wind and mist coming off this thing is incredible. Here's that little guy. And back we go. Definitely worth a stop if you're coming this far down the Columbia River Gorge. The sound in that rock amphitheater is incredible. As you're walking out, it echoes off the rocks on the side here and on the overhanging trees, and it almost sounds like there's waterfalls all around you, but it's just the echo. I doubt you can hear it on the GoPro, but it just, being here, it sounds amazing. So cool. Okay, we're gonna double time it out of here and on to the next one. Some information. Dog friendly for sure. They even have dog bags, dog poop bags for you. A nice little parking lot. A beautiful rock face to greet you. And several waterfalls that we are gonna find. Beautiful little area. Not a bad place to come have a lunch. incredible. Now walking along this trail, it's a paved path all the way along, right next to the highway. There are other trails, but currently it looks like conditions are not suited for hiking. Now granted, I wouldn't really call this hiking. This is more walking. You could even bring a mountain bike or a road bike and do this little run and probably get it done pretty quickly, but you would have some amazing scenery on the way. Cabin Creek Falls. As we come across the turnoff for Mount Defiance, this little pathway takes you to another picnic table and another beautiful waterfall. Hole in the Wall Falls. I have seen this before and I know it can be rappelled. I believe this is the trail that goes up and around and over to get to the area where you could rappel if you wanted to, or if you were just hiking. Along with the waterfalls, I gotta say the rock formations around this area are interesting and unique. Really creative name, Hole in the Wall. I'm sure it took them a long time to come up with that one. What a great little waterfall. I'm sure in the summertime when flow is less and you'd prefer to get wet, normally I'd probably get right in there and get a good picture. But not today. What a beautiful little area.